It was a night that shocked a nation. On February 15, 2020, news broke that Caroline Flack, one of Britain's most adored television presenters, had been found dead at her London home. Known as the bright and approachable face of Love Island UK, she also captivated audiences on The X Factor and won the 12th series of Strictly Come Dancing alongside Pasha Kovalev. Viewers felt they knew her personally, charmed not just by her talent, but by her warmth and girl-next-door energy. Yet behind the public smile, a storm had been quietly brewing. In the months before her death, Caroline faced a legal and media maelstrom after being charged with assault against her boyfriend, Lewis Burton. A promising career and a beloved public persona collided with intense scrutiny, leaving her increasingly isolated. Her tragic death by suicide shocked fans, colleagues, and the nation, forcing a painful conversation about fame, mental health, and the pressures of living in the public eye. The documentary series Caroline Flack, Search for the Truth, delves deep into the final months of her life, offering a piercing and methodical examination of events leading up to her death. Unlike the 2021 documentary, which explored Caroline's broader life struggles, this series focuses on December 2019 onward, after the alleged assault against Burton. At its center is Christine Flack, Caroline's mother, whose steely determination drives the investigation. Christine interviews experts, including Caroline's former publicist, and Nazir Afzal, a former chief prosecutor of the Crown Prosecution Service, to uncover inconsistencies and evaluate how Caroline was treated by the justice system. She asks a crucial question: did her daughter's celebrity status amplify legal consequences, turning what might have been a private couple's dispute into a public spectacle with life-altering ramifications? Christine's presence is not performative. She is relentless, combing through evidence with a clarity and focus born of grief and love, seeking not only answers, but justice. The series examines the weight of media scrutiny and how it intersects with the justice system. Tabloids, Christine asserts, sensationalized events to the point of distortion, publishing images of a bedroom allegedly covered in blood that belonged to Caroline herself, not Burton. While Burton did not require treatment, Caroline spent 12 hours in hospital for self-inflicted injuries. Such discrepancies, combined with intense media speculation and social media frenzy, created an environment where her mental health deteriorated rapidly. Christine's investigation highlights the stark contrast between perception and reality, questioning whether Caroline was unfairly made an example of because of her celebrity. The program also explores the delicate ethics of documenting such a personal tragedy, emphasizing that Christine's work is not exploitative but investigative, offering insight into the systemic pressures that may have contributed to her daughter's untimely death. The series portrays Caroline not as a perpetrator, but as a woman in the grip of a mental health crisis, exacerbated by public scrutiny and intense personal stress. Viewers are given access to raw texts, voice notes, and testimonies from friends like Molly, who first raised the alarm when Caroline went missing. These elements illustrate a profound sense of isolation and mounting anxiety, inviting the audience to understand the emotional toll of fame coupled with legal and media pressures. Christine also consults former CPS officials, including Nazir Afzal, who previously regarded the case as a straightforward domestic abuse incident. The revelations challenge assumptions about how cases involving public figures are handled, highlighting procedural decisions that may have worsened Caroline's mental state. The series balances empathetic storytelling with analytical rigor, offering both a deeply personal and critically sharp examination of the tragic circumstances surrounding her final months. Christine Flack's investigation highlights a cascade of inconsistencies and unanswered questions. She suggests that Caroline caused minimal physical harm to Burton, yet the case was treated as if it were severe, a claim firmly denied by police and CPS. The series scrutinizes how evidence was interpreted, showing that Caroline's injuries were largely self-inflicted, while Burton required no medical care. Tabloid coverage, meanwhile, amplified public perception of wrongdoing, publishing sensational images and stories that blurred fact and fiction. Caroline's private struggles became fodder for headlines, intensifying her anxiety and isolation. Search for the Truth doesn't shy away from these uncomfortable truths. Instead, it examines them with forensic precision. The series asks whether Caroline's celebrity amplified scrutiny to an extraordinary degree, making her a public cautionary tale rather than a woman receiving fair treatment under the law. The program also explores the pervasive role of social media and public opinion in Caroline's final months. Following the accusation, every detail of her private life was dissected online. Magistrates mentioned that Caroline allegedly struck Burton with a lamp, led to a viral frenzy, with tabloids exaggerating the incident. Christine, however, finds no compelling evidence to support this claim. The documentary illustrates how relentless media and social speculation can exacerbate mental health crises. Caroline's anxiety, fear, and vulnerability are portrayed through recovered texts, voice notes, and the observations of close friends. Rather than manipulating viewers' emotions, these moments are presented to provide insight into the psychological toll of living under intense public scrutiny, offering a sobering reflection on how celebrity culture can intersect tragically with justice and mental health. Christine's pursuit of truth is unflinching, meeting former prosecutors and detectives, questioning procedures and challenging narratives that she believes misrepresented her daughter. The series balances empathy with critical analysis, showing both the human cost and systemic failures that contributed to Caroline's death. Nazir Afzal, once convinced this was an open and shut case of domestic abuse, confronts Christine's findings and struggles to reconcile the evidence with his initial assumptions. These interactions underscore how Caroline's high-profile status may have influenced decisions, legal processes, and public perception. Through Christine's steely determination, the series offers a compelling portrait of a mother navigating grief, demanding answers, and challenging institutions, reminding audiences that behind headlines and legal reports are complex human stories that defy simplification. Ultimately, Caroline Flack, Search for the Truth, is a moving, incisive examination of fame, justice, and mental health. It neither exploits grief nor simplifies tragedy, instead providing a measured exploration of the pressures that surrounded Caroline in her final months. By documenting Christine's tireless work, the series invites reflection on how society treats public figures facing personal crises, the responsibility of media reporting, and the delicate intersections of celebrity and legal scrutiny. The program concludes with a call to compassion and awareness, highlighting the importance of understanding mental health challenges before judgment is passed. Caroline Flack's story, while heart-wrenching, serves as a reminder of the consequences of systemic failures, public scrutiny, and the urgent need for support, understanding, and justice. Search for the Truth is available now on Disney+, and resources for those in crisis are provided to ensure viewers can seek help if needed.